I gotta go on a small rant. These videos are rare, and hopefully it's under 4 or 5 minutes. But Sony came out with the F4 7200, and I mean it's impressive if you look at if it's real, right? It can take the adapter, which the old F4 should have taken the adapter, but I understand they wanted to keep their money. It has a macro capability, which kind of negates you buying a macro lens, which is pretty cool. Or what are they called? Extension tubes. So I think it's a cool lens. But all these people that are like, "Oh my God, finally the lens we've been waiting for," or the most important lens Sony's ever made, the impressive. These people are all bitching and complaining about zoom lenses that they're not perfect, they're not great, just a few years ago, and that you need to have primes because primes are the big thing to do. And I have been shooting weddings for 10 years plus. Just started uploading last year or so, and it's kind of one of those things that you don't. I've been using zooms. Yes, there are certain portraits that I like using primes for because it's the F1.8. It's the blurry background, but with AI coming out now, you can dump all that stuff. Now there are shortcomings. I'm going to show you a couple of images if I remember of some shortcomings of AI, just because the way the depth is. But other than that, I think all these people on Instagram and their social networks and YouTube, talking about this Sony 7200 F4 being amazing. Please, you all crushed the last one saying it was too heavy, it's F4, you don't get that dreamy bokeh, your ISO is going to be high. But where are you? Who are you? So these are a bunch of shrills. Same thing as marketing. Like I said, it's an impressive lens. I got to give it to it. But if you really want what they're trying to tell you, you should be getting the 2.8, right? The Sony 7200 2.8. That's the one you should be getting, because then they praise that one saying, "Oh my God, this amazing lens, it's lighter, blah, blah, focus is faster." Yeah, but then they come over here and this F4 is impressive and short and blah, whatever. Okay, and it's not short, because if you telephoto it out, it's basically almost the same size as it was prior to that. But okay, so we're gonna stop there for a second. If you go and do a studio shoot, F4 is about where you're gonna shoot from anyway. ISO 100, 200, 400, 500, somewhere in there you're going to shoot. And your light is where you're going to go, right? So it's a studio shoot. And so in that aspect, I think that's pretty cool to have a short stub-nosed lens that can do these things, and you can be in a studio. But most studios, you're going to need a 35, a 50, maybe a 24, depending on what kind of shots you're trying to get. But a 7200 in a studio is not going to do any good. The F4 is not going to do any good. At night, it's not going to do any good. If you're looking for this to be your wildlife photography and you want to do bird photography and all that kind of stuff, no. Street photography, maybe. This would actually be pretty good for street photography. But I laugh that all these people are like, "Oh my God, this is the most amazing thing Sony's done." No. And then they came out with that 6700, the small one. Sorry, sad rant on this one. That is just trash too. Sony's got a billion of these screens. They're still using the same screens, the same AMBFs. I mean, come on. They didn't fix, from what I can understand, they didn't fix the IBIS in this camera. So with that being said, it's just another money grab, I think, for them. And the terminology that people keep on using of "these are great, this is amazing," I don't think so. Now, if it's an entry-level camera and you're going, "Hey, we want to upgrade it for better autofocus and all that kind of stuff," great. Just, hey, look, entry-level camera, going through it. But we know that Sony's sandbagging all these years with their autofocus. We found that out in rumors, right? Okay, rumors, I'm putting in quotes. And so they've had this autofocus for a long time, and they purposely trash their APS-C line, so then people are forced to buy their full frame, and it's just a marketing ploy. If you're a Sony person, I love Sony. I really, truly do. I'm not upgrading for a really long time. I buy way after. So like the A7 IV, I want it, but when the A7 V comes out, everybody's like, "Oh my God, the camera we've been waiting for 3 years or 2 years or 18 years, whatever it is when it comes out. Oh, this is a game changer. Blah, blah, blah. It's got the iota, all that junk, right? Okay, you just forget it, right? It's just a ploy. But I try to keep it under 5 minutes. And you have a good day, good night, and I'll see you on the other side.